All right, guys, let's go ahead and jump into this one and see what happens so we can prevent the accident for ourselves. Right away, what we have here is going to be the 20 miles an hour, and it's going to be a sharp right turn. This is going to indicate that there's going to be a sharp right turn. So right now, we're going about 64 out of that 20 recommended, and that's perfectly fine. You can go above the recommended. It just means, hey, guess what? This is what's happening. We should probably do something like a slow look, press, and roll, which I teach you on my second channel, Motorcycle Training Concepts. So we're going to be moving forward a little bit right here, and there's another signage right there saying, hey, come on, this is a very sharp turn. But one thing that I'd like to see when it comes to turns like this is that I do have a blind turn. I don't know what's on the other side of that guardrail. I don't know what's on the bridge. I don't know if it's slippery when, you know, the bridge gets cold. Remember, ice forms on bridges a lot quicker because of concrete versus asphalt. Huge dynamics and everything. But we're going 52 going into this turn, okay? So we do need to do slow look, press, and roll. We do need to have good vision, good body position. And if you actually listen to it, right about when he's about to crash, he went, and it says like 51 right there. I believe it's going to say 50 miles per hour at some point. Let's see if we can get it on there. But anyways, it looks like 51. And then right before he crashes, the RPMs rev up, and then it says 54. So he went from 60 to 50 to 54, so there was increase in throttle. So what happens with that rear tire, the reason why it slip and slides, and I'm assuming on this one, because I can't see the tires, I don't know what the conditions are on it, but when I see a lot of these crashes on these after-action reviews, especially low sides and corners, is that there's too much acceleration. So you remove a lot of traction by using more and more acceleration. We're already using a lot of it for the turning, and then we have to decelerate for slow. So there's this big, massive mismatch in traction and what the tires can do and what you're trying to get them to do. And this is when you have good throttle inputs, good turning, good class work, good fundamental work going on. So take your classes, all right? Let's go ahead and jump into the next one. All right, sorry for the low res, but this is a great learning experience. So what happened here was this big truck started getting on the interstate, going a little too fast, unsecured load, a bunch of hubcaps and a bunch of other things fell off, and it's going to be in our path of travel. We have two options at this point. We just saw something uncommon in a very common situation. We see people getting on all the time, but uncommon stuff falls off. But this stuff's going to be in our path, so we have to do two things. We either have to brake and stop before we hit it, or swerve out of the way. He did a third option, which can still be okay, but I don't like putting myself in that situation, is going over the objects. You learn this in the MSF BRC1 about how to go over an object. Basically, you give it a little bit of throttle to raise that front end just a little bit, and I'm not talking a wheelie, I'm just talking to weight off the front tire, still have contact, and then go ahead and lift your butt up just a little bit. Hopefully you don't hit anything that punctures your tires, but right here, he's gonna apply the brakes. He's like, oh crap, what's happening? You do have an option to swerve left if you can, if there's no cars, but I'm assuming that there is cars. That's why he didn't do it. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. We're going to go over, and right before he impacts, he releases his front brake. Now that is very important. You do not want to have your front brake on when you hit something, because it's going to basically help you stop a little bit quicker, which can make you go falling over. So he actually released that front brake, and he goes over the objects at a slower rate right until the last second. So it might have saved him. So he did a great job, saved himself, stops in the gore area. He's going to check his tires, check everything, make sure everything's good, doesn't have a dent in the rim, all these different things. Good job on this guy. Let's go ahead and go to the next one. So if this video looks a little familiar, I actually did a crash review and a medical review of this. What happened here is looking back, seeing where the friends are, and then all of a sudden hitting this ditch, hitting the side, and then hitting the spleen, hitting the head. So there was a concussion, and the spleen actually exploded. But I talked more about the medical aspect and why this crash happened. Check it out. Links in the description, and it should be up on the top right of your screen. A little bubble is going to pop up if you want to watch that. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one.
Stay, bike, stay. Anybody on the phone? Don't on the phone, Rob. Anybody on the phone yet? Y'all? You on the phone? Did you call 911?
Yeah.
We got an accident out here at exit 279. We're Tucson bound. Yes, on the freeway here. 10. Pardon me? Thank you. Flashers on. Yep. Yes, I'm here. We are at exit 279. I'm off in the area, so we are Tucson bound. I think we just left Benson, So we got a motorcycle accident, and an elderly gentleman. He's on the ground. I'm not sure if he's conscious. We got his buddy here helping him out. He is conscious. This time. Yes, I'm on the phone right now. He's on the ground. He is conscious. Are we communicating, sir? You know your name?
He's chatting.
Okay, hang on. We got people coming, okay? There's not much.
Hey, somebody do me a favor, hold this light, would you please?
My name is Edward Julian. 541-633-8836.
Do me a favor, unzip his jacket.
Alright, thank you. Yeah, so exit 279. I guess that's the Vale exit. Yes, we're all off the road. The accident here is actually on the off-ramp to 279. We're actually on the merge. The merge off.
Hey, brother, when you need to cut some of your clothes off, okay? So you know, alright?
Alright. Thank you. Sorry.
See anything? Anywhere?
Are you on your phone? I can hold it.
No, exactly.
Let me know if you want me to do a medical after action review on this video. On the second channel, Motorcycle Training Concepts, I am still using the smart rider principles. So I'm making sure that we're seeking out, recognizing fundamental skills, acquiring and use personal protective equipment, rescue other riders, teaching and mentoring. But on the second channel, I focus mainly while I'm on the bike or hands-on stuff. Think of it that way. On this channel, we just talk about, discuss the ideas, the whys, the hows, the whats. And I'm actually showing you how to do all that stuff on the second channel. So if you like that, click the link in the description, subscribe to the second channel. There's more videos coming out real soon. But with that said, hope you ride safe, be safe. And you know what, Matt? I like my outro. I'm going to keep saying it. You can't cut me